The Russian invasion has shook the world, and constant deployment of military troops in Ukraine has instilled fear among people. People are constantly on the run from the country. How and why did this happen? Stay tuned to this video. This all dates back to the NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, a treaty that came into force after World War II, a political and military alliance between North America and Europe. It strongly stands with the Article 5 that says an attack against one is attack against all of its members. Ukraine aspires to become a member of this organization, but Russia doesn't want it to happen. Crimea was the biggest land grab since World War II, and Russia thinks if Ukraine becomes the member of NATO, it might try to take back Crimea by military action. After a series of military deployment at the border, Russia blew the bugle of war. It took control of 2 towns and the Chernobyl nuclear site and is pushing forward to take more ground control. The war has resulted with many casualties, of many civilians dying and thousands of civilians getting injured. The Ukrainian president vows to fight on in Kyiv.
Good morning to everyone, Ukrainians. Lately, there has been a lot of fake information online that are call on our army to lay down arms and to evacuate. Listen, I am here. We will not lay down the weapons. We will defend our state because our weapon is our truth. And the truth is that this is our land, our country, our children, and we will defend all of that. That's all that I wanted to tell you. Glory to Ukraine.
Це будемо захищати. Ось і все. Ось це і є те, що я хотів вам сказати. Слава Україні!
The Russian invasion resulted in an emergency meeting at the United Nations Security Council, voting for Russia to stop its invasion, while 11 out of 15 countries voted in the favor of the motion, and India abstained from voting, putting in a difficult position with the US and Russia.
India is deeply disturbed by the recent turn of developments in Ukraine. We urge that all efforts are made for the immediate cessation of violence and hostilities. No solution can ever be arrived at the cost of human lives. We are also deeply concerned about the welfare and security of the Indian community, including a large number of Indian students in Ukraine. The contemporary global order has been built on the UN Charter, international law, and respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states. All member states need to honor these principles in finding a constructive way forward. Dialogue is the only answer to settling differences and disputes, however daunting that may appear at this moment. It is a matter of regret that the path of diplomacy was given up. We must return to it. For all these reasons, India has chosen to abstain on this resolution.
The US constantly tries to persuade India for changing its decision, but Russia used its veto power as the permanent member of the council, dismissing the voting altogether. The US president approves $350 million in military aid for Ukraine. Russia believes Ukraine to be a serious threat that needs to be eliminated and accuses it as genocide against Russian speakers in eastern Ukraine, while Ukraine president dismisses it being a baseless propaganda. The peace talks have started that are yet to yield results.
I will say frankly, as always, I do not really believe in the outcome of this meeting, but let them try, so that no citizen of Ukraine would have any doubt that I, as president, did not try to stop the war when there was a small chance.
Putin saying the move is in response to aggression from the West.
I ordered the defense minister and the chief of staff for the Russian armed forces to put the Russian army deterrence forces on high combat alert.